Okay, I just went on a dating app again today. A different one. I'm not saying which one. Anyway, a guy sent me his phone number right away. Like, don't you think that's a little too premature? Or is that something that they do? Oh, and they have video calling. Yeah, right. I immediately turned that off. You're not going to get on my nerves. I'm not doing that. Sitting there just talking all day. Like, come on. My thing is already flooded, my messages. So it's hard to decipher. Okay, I'm going to pick who seems interesting. And the guy who sent me his number seems interesting. But it's like, what's the rush? Like we've said hello to each other. Now it's, oh, take my number. Call me. What? Or am I wrong? Is this normal? I think it's kind of like slow down.
I mean, she has a point. However, she's over 50. Like, ma'am, stop it.
Come on, man. You don't know better than that as a cool person. Come on, man.
One, getting on TikTok to discuss your dating apps experience. Two, acting like a man sending his number immediately is not the same sense of urgency you supposed to have, ma'am. You over 50 on a dating app, like, ew.
The ghetto. But I do find the problem with dating a lot of guys that are my age, like around my age in the 50s. A lot of them don't take that great care of themselves. A lot of them, they can't even tell you the last time they've been to a doctor, a dentist. Some of them smoke. Some of them drink a lot. Just they don't take care of themselves. And I'm not saying go out and get Botox, which is Botox for men. But work out, walk, like take care of your health. Get your teeth cleaned. Get your teeth whitened. Get your teeth replaced if they've fallen out. Go to the doctor. See if there's anything wrong with you. If I'm going to be with you, I don't want you to die. Like, come on. So, and a lot of them still dress like 30 years ago, 20 years ago. Like, get with the times. I can't. And then all they want to talk about is back in my day. Back in my day. So it's so annoying, like, to hear these old war stories. How when you had money and when you did this and now that's cute, once in a while I don't mind hearing the stories, but my God, like, number one, if you're not making money now, I really don't want to deal with you. Like, how did you used to have money and you don't know how to make money? If you had the skills then, you should still have the skills now, right? And it's all relative. Like, kids in their 20s now, in 30 years, will be saying that they prefer the music that's right now, which I think the majority is trash. Not all. There is some good music. I'm very open-minded. I listen to everything. But it's relative. But, I don't just listen to 90s music and early 2000s music and 80s music. Yes, I still listen to it, but that's not all I listen to. But I know people that's like they're stuck in a time machine, like a time zone. Like, it's weird. Like, I can't. I like to try new things and do new things, but they don't. So when I go on a date, that's all they want to talk about was back in the day and things used to be and when it was and the good old days. Yeah, I agree. And things were a lot greater. Like, I loved the 80s. The 80s were my favorite decade of all time. I mean, the hair, the fashion, the music, everything was amazing. So much fun. We hung out at the mall and shit. But those days are gone, and it is what it is. Time goes on, but you have to grow. Like I said yesterday, you always have to grow and evolve, or you're going to get left behind in life. I'm always trying to learn new technology, new skills, things like that, and I'm always going to be this way. I love learning, but I can't go out with a guy that's just stuck in the fucking 90s or the 80s or the 70s. Oh, God. I can't. I can't.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
I'm having secondhand embarrassment observing this lady because she's 50, acting like she's 25 on the dating market, acting like she has a lot of options, being picky, talking about a man's music choice, his music preference, and his clothing. Are we serious? Remember on the Pop the Balloon when these chicken heads will pop their balloons because of how the other person is dressed? Look at her, 50. Still dating the same way how she was dating 30 years ago. As I've said in previous videos, if you realize that your technique isn't working, at what point are you going to stop, reevaluate, and change course to hopefully get a better results? If you have not been getting your desired results so far, at what point do you stop and say, let me try something different? Let me get another perspective. Let me find out what I am doing wrong on the dating market. But instead, in this big grown old age, they want to come on and blame men and complain. It is a huge red flag that she's telling TikTok.
Red flag, when nothing no red flag when you no see it.
We can tell who's the problem here. We can tell why she's getting these undesirable dating patterns. But it just blows my mind how these old women still stuck in this teenage mindset. Jeez and Pete, like I cannot wrap my mind around it, because for me,
No.
I always said I will be damned if I reach 50, 60 and still complaining about the same things I was complaining about at 20. I can't even. The lack of accountability, y'all. The lack of accountability is beyond. At what point do you stop and ask, could it be me? What am I doing? What can I do differently? Are we serious right now? And the amount of support she's getting under these videos, as if come on now, man, we need to do better. Ladies, we need to do better. As older women, if you're over 30, let us do better so young girls don't make our same mistakes. Let's be honest. Let's self-reflect. Let's look within, take accountability, so we can pass on a better narrative to young girls.
I said on that last video where I talked about dating that I was going to update y'all, so here I go. And then after I make this post about dating, I'm done. I'm done dating, and I'm done talking about dating. I'm not done dating because I'm done with men. I still like men. I still want one for myself. But I'm not going to be actively dating. The person that I'm looking for is also looking for me, and I run into them, great. But if not, I'm done. I'm done with these men out here. So let me tell you what's going on with the men that
Before she complains and point the blame on men, let us point out how they're always thinking that God is going to send me my man. I don't have to do anything, but I'll just sit here and my person, whoever that is, my person will come to me. I don't have to do anything. So your person don't deserve you preparing yourself for them. Your person, this great man that God is going to send, don't deserve you actually putting yourself out there and being qualified for him.
Man, this is some bullshit.
How disrespectful to your person, your one Prince Charming that is. You just sit there, even when you get to 62. I'ma just sit here. Like, which princess was that in the tower? Was it Rapunzel? One of them was just sitting there waiting for Prince Charming to come. Yeah, this is how Disney messed up a lot of these women's head. But let her continue to tell us how men are the problem, why she got to 62 and still single.
I've been dating in the last year and a half. I prefer black men. I prefer men my age. I'm 62. So we're talking about elderly black men, I guess. I guess I am elderly. Here's the common theme. They've lived these hard, rough lives, and now they're finally ready to settle down and slow down. But of course, they're sick. They're sick as fuck. Almost every black man that I have dated is diabetic, okay? A few of them can no longer get an erection. Some of them have heart issues, cholesterol issues. They get tired easy. Physically, they are a mess. The other thing that's a trip is that now at the age of 60, they're all ready to settle down. They're all finally ready to share themselves. But they ain't got nothing to share.
Okay, and at the age of 60, you still can't find a man.
This is your friendly reminder that if you are someone who is in their late 20s into early 30s and you feel like you have not met your person yet and you feel like you're missing out, I promise you, you are right on time for your life, and it will all be worth it when you meet your person. I'm sitting here reflecting on the fact that it took me a really long time to meet my person. And I met my person when I was in my mid 30s, and we will be married right before my 40th birthday. And it could not have happened at a better time. I am so glad I did not meet my person in my 20s because it allowed me to live life.
He belongs to the streets.
Get clear on who I want, get clear on who I wanted in a partner, learn to just truly love who I am and understand that the right person was going to show up at the perfect time. And now I'm basking in all of the things that I waited so long for, and it's been worth every single second. I know it can be really hard when you see people like getting married and having kids and doing all that stuff, and you feel like, when is it going to be my turn? Why me? Why is it not happening? And I assure you that everything always happens in the perfect time. So when you're dating and you're over 30 and you feel like it hasn't happened for you yet, I want you to understand that it is going to happen. It can happen. And yes,
This is how they encourage young women to rack up their body count, stay out there in the street, create all these trauma, these baggage from hopping from man to man to man, getting all these emotional scars. Because if you know dating sucks and you risk getting emotional scars and baggage and body count the longer you're out there on the dating market, why wouldn't you put a little sense of urgency? Listen to this fairy tale. Oh my gosh, just wait. Your person is going to come because the prince finally came to Rapunzel. The prince finally kissed Snow White, and whichever one who he brought the shoes to, the glass slippers to. So it will happen to you if it happened to Princess Diana. So wait, ladies, don't feel rushed. Yeah. This is what they'll tell you. So you can rack up your body count, you'll rack up your emotional trauma, you'll rack up your all these baggages, potentially got a kid or two, a long titty or two. So now when you finally find your person, you ran through.
We will not have it. I said we will not have it. Oh.
Think about it logically. Let's think about it strategically. Why wouldn't you want to give your person the best years of your life? If they claim that the 20s are the best years of your life, why are you not giving that to your person, your godsend, your Prince Charming? Why are you not giving him your perkiest titty? Instead, you give this random deadbeat man your perkiest titty, and then no, your Prince Charming is supposed to get your titty when it long down. Because let's just be real, your body changes after pregnancy, right? Your titty not as perky, your body not as tight after pregnancy. So why not give this Prince Charming your best body? You get where I'm going with that? I mean, get triggered if you must, but point out where that's illogical. Point out where you can say, well, you're a pick me. Point out what's being a pick me in that. But of course, that's all they can say because the truth hurts them so bad. I'm not saying if you're over 30, over 40, it's done for you and you can't find a man and you must just sit in the corner and cry. However, just be realistic with where you are in the dating market, and realize that if you've been in the dating market since you're in your 20s and you're still getting the same exact results you're getting now, maybe, just maybe, it's you and you should change your strategy, right? Just let's think about it logically. But y'all, get triggered if you must. But
I said what I said.
go check out this video again. Women frustrated on the dating market but refusing to look within and say, could I be the problem? Anton Daniels said, instead of looking out the window, look in the mirror. And a lot of them are scared of what they're going to see in the mirror. So that's why they have to blame men, because it's always men's fault. I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care.